Joink. Beep beep! Welcome back to a very special Movie Mondays with Matt Plus episode about Ghostbusters because today is Ghostbusters Day! Yay!
Yay!
Oh, I hope that sounds silly on the stream. Okay, so part one, we talked specifically about Ghostbusters 1 from 1984. And it has now been 42 years since that amazing movie came out and changed all of our lives. So, we're going to talk about the greater franchise at hand now. There are several sequels that have come out. But before we get into that, I want to know, how specifically has Ghostbusters had an impact on your life and or your childhood?
Well, again, it was the first movie I saw on a big screen, so obviously I was blown away, and we all wanted to be like the Ghostbusters, my friends and I. How has it impacted my life? Well, I'm now 50, and look at me. I'm a Ghostbuster, so...
Yeah, I'd say that the movie, the characters, the vibe, the setting, it all stayed with me. I wanted to watch Ghostbusters every Halloween. I wanted to dress up like Ghostbusters. I had a real shoddy makeshift Halloween costume, except for the patch. My mom made a logo patch. She hand drew it, and I found it recently. I still have it. I'm really excited about that. And yeah, wanted to be a Ghostbuster the whole time. That hasn't left. And when you said that we should just be Ghostbusters, my reaction was not, I don't know what you mean by that. My reaction was, yes, let's do that, even though I don't know what you mean by that. And now here we are.
Yeah, like I said, it was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. It just kind of added some fun and imagination into my childhood. And then, as others have said, now I'm, it's like 30 years later and I'm a Ghostbuster. So there you go.
Cool.
We all grew up to be the exact thing we wanted to be. And real quick, before we get to the next, I'm going to show you a quick little slideshow of the impact that Ghostbusters has had on mainly me, but a little bit of us as well. I didn't have a lot of stuff from you guys. Let's make sure the mic is good to go, and we'll sting right on into Joink. Little video slideshow. There's cute little Matt there. That is my first ever little costume, I guess you could say. This was Christmas morning. I got Slimer pajamas, and it was designed to look kind of like a flight suit. And, I'll have to show you. I've got my Strike 3 logo on there. We'll get to that in a second. So, very excited. And then this is when I got a little bit older, like by a year or two. And I was able to actually meet Ernie Hudson. He's the first Ghostbuster I ever met and saw in person. And he's a Minnesota guy, so he bops around. So I've actually seen him at a few different events in Minnesota. And this was from 2 years ago. I got to go to the firehouse and met McKenna Grace. And what's she holding?
Twin Ports Ghostbusters patch. That's our patch.
That's our patch, yep. And she is now officially part of the team.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. As his podcast, I gave him one, but I didn't get a picture of him with it. So that was pretty cool, getting to meet Phoebe Spangler herself. And then let's move on to the next one here. Then here's the actual firehouse. I wanted to showcase, they had it all iced over for the Frozen Empire premiere. This is absolute, when I die, this is the moment that heaven will be for me. This exact picture. Sipping on my Ecto Cooler, hanging out in front of the firehouse, with lots of actually, this is the moment. JK, this is the moment. Meeting every actor from Ghostbusters. This was the greatest thing ever. So from left to right, that's William Atherton, who played Walter Peck in the pink there, or the salmon. Then next to him, my idol, Dan Aykroyd himself, creator of Ghostbusters. Then Ivan Reitman, rest in peace, right after him. Then Ernie Hudson, who, of course, plays Winston Zeddemore. And then on the end there, Jason Reitman, who wrote and directed Ghostbusters Afterlife and had a big hand in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Got to meet them all at Ghostbusters Fan Fest. Greatest picture of all time. Again, this is this is going to be my heaven.
I love that you're crouched down and it makes you look like a little kid amongst all of them.
I agree with that. And then, what do we have next? Hey, look who they are. That's us.
That's exactly us. Yeah, there's me. I see me.
So, yeah, we have, these are the trading cards that represent our group. There's many out there, but I just put the few of, the folks that are represented today. We have trading card 1, 2, 4, and 5. Number 3, Clark, he couldn't make it today. Don couldn't make it today. And we have a few other fun members of the group as well. But here we are, all growed up, I guess, if you could say, to become the very thing we wanted to be, Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So, there it is, and we'll get to more things after that. Yay, what do you think of that, Jeremy?
Love it.
I agree with that. So, that is how serious we are about this franchise. Like this, of all the movies, none of the rest matter. None of the rest matter. This is the one. This is the one that matters most. Like this is the one that transcends life. Like when people ask me, what's your favorite movie? Well, I mean, I kind of have to say Ghostbusters, but it's above that.
It's like, what's your favorite life?
Yeah, what's my favorite life? Being a Ghostbuster. So like, it's not even like Ghostbusters isn't a movie to me. It's existence. It's living and breathing is what it is as Ghostbusters. So we'll get a little bit more into our roles on the team. I'm kind of diverting from the questions here, but let's get back to the questions. So, of the greater franchise of all the different movies that there are, there's 4 films that are canon. I want to know, like, how do you rank the 4 films? And if you want bonus points for the 2 television series and the video game, which are all basically canon. You have the real Ghostbusters, Extreme Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters the video game. It is raining.
Yes.
That is heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy. I hope now it won't be a factor later when we're out there. So anyway, mainly I just want to know what the ranking of the 4 movies are. But bonus points for those other ones. And go.
First one is obviously the best. Originals are usually always the best. Second one to me was the second best. I loved how it kind of took off from the first one. Now they're out there, they're jobless now, and everyone thinks they're frauds. The little kid at the birthday party that calls him a fraud is actually Jason Reitman, who directed the last 2 films. They kind of go just in order for me. The third one is my third favorite. I really loved how they bridged the gap between so many years and explained what Spangler had been doing, and I just thought it was beautifully done and a great tribute to the fans and to the original. And then the fourth one was, it was the fourth one.
I could almost echo that, except I really loved the fourth one. I thought Frozen Empire was it was a way of revitalizing the Ghostbusters world back to the glory and the vision that our creator Dan Aykroyd had in mind, and mirrors a bit of the animated series. So if my number one is the original. It over the years it has surpassed the part 2 as my favorite. I think it's a little bit more perfect, and then, gosh, it's so close to a 3-way tie for part 2 and Afterlife and Frozen Empire. Afterlife is a perfect revisit. I think about that one often. I watch it pretty often. I don't know. They're like, I think Afterlife and Frozen Empire are perfect, and part 2 is extremely entertaining. Has a lot of nostalgia for me, and it's hard to beat that you get the original cast. Gosh, I don't know. It's so close to 3-way tie that I don't even know if I can elaborate any further than that on the spot here. So that's what I'll go with. 3-way tie. Number 1, and then 3-way tie.
I guess 1, then 3, then 4, then 2.
Nice and precise. I like that. I'd have to say, well, obviously one first, because that's just a near perfect film. There's some stuff that hasn't aged well, but I'd say perfect otherwise. Like the pacing is perfect, the humor is perfect, every joke lands. I don't think there's a single part of the first movie where there's like a haha nice try with that joke, guys. Like every joke is funny. The scares scare you. The special effects were breaking for their time. Everything about it, I think, is perfect. So, one best movie of all time. So number one, nothing will ever pass that. I'd say next, number two. It's a good sequel. It covers a lot of the same story beats of the first one, and that's where the criticisms come from. But yeah, I don't mind that. Let's revisit the story that worked so well the first time. Like it's a great story. Let's just revisit again 5 years later. So I love part two second. Then it is kind of tough between 3 and 4. Afterlife, Frozen Empire, both amazing films. I'd have to say Afterlife is probably the better conceived film, but I enjoy Frozen Empire more. So they kind of waffle up and down, where Frozen Empire feels like a classic Ghostbusters adventure, where Afterlife is the one movie that is just so far removed from, you wouldn't even know it's a Ghostbusters movie, and that's kind of the point going in. It's just something totally different, but then it brings you back to Ghostbusters land eventually. So, it's a toss-up between 3 and 4. For right now, Frozen Empire first, though, just because it's a classic adventure. So, there you go. There's my ranking. Oh, and then after that, the real Ghostbusters. Then Ghostbusters the video game, then Extreme Ghostbusters.
Real Ghostbusters after all 4 movies?
Actually, wait a minute. No. Yeah, no. Okay. Let's put the real Ghostbusters
3?
second.
Above 2.
Above 2. It took a while to come to that decision because I love 2 so much. Yeah, but there are so many classic moments in the real Ghostbusters. That Boogeyman episode alone, that could just carry the whole show as far as I'm concerned. And the Sam Hain, that's like my favorite Halloween episode of all time. So that was also like a near spotless series, especially the first season. Spotless. And then there was some interference and stuff. But whatever. It happens. It happens. You don't run for 7-8 years on the TV without there being some meddling behind the scenes. It happens.
Nobody bats 1,000, they say.
Yep. So those are those rankings. So I've talked long enough. What is everyone's favorite moment from Ghostbusters 2, 3, and 4, a.k.a. 2, Afterlife, and Frozen Empire?
Part 2, my favorite scene in part 2 is when they're digging the big hole in the roadway and the police are questioning them. That scene is just classic, and it makes me laugh every single time.
Yo!
Yep.
And then for the third part, it's when Phoebe's fighting the ghost, and Spangler's ghost comes down and helps her hold the proton pack. I've only seen the movie like 12 times, and I've only cried in that scene like 12 times. And then Frozen Empire, my favorite part was when the credits start rolling.
Oh, get out of here.
Jeez. Okay. Same for part 2. That my top is when they're tunneling into the ground and they're throwing all kinds of great jibber jabber at the cops to try to hold them off. All of that is gold, and then they look to Spengler and he doesn't know what to say, and he just goes, "Yo!" So good. And let's see. And then also part 2, a Spengler moment where right toward the beginning, just a perfect encapsulation of what Spengler is all about. And they're running experiments, and he's going, "Take away the puppy and then see what happens." Or, I can't remember the rest is. Yeah, take away the puppy. And then 3 and 4, man, how do you narrow it down? podcast. Every moment with podcast is one of my favorite parts of Afterlife, and flawless execution of him going nuggets. And part 4, I don't know, I don't know, it was just great. It was great top to bottom. I'm gonna go back for one more part of part 2 is with their little quick punches that weren't even jokes or punchlines, but just these like moments that are, good for a chuckle or iconic or whatever. It's when they're operating the Statue of Liberty and Ray's got the big cigar and he's going, beautiful. Perfect, just perfect.
I don't think I can get too specific with each movie, but I just want to say there's 2 different moments that are my favorite. The first one is kind of related to what you said, where Spengler is like saying goodbye to his daughter and his granddaughter. That one was really good. But then there's also the moment where Dana is doing to Peter what he did to the test subject at the beginning of Ghostbusters 1. Like, he's getting what he deserves, getting his comeuppance.
The flashcards.
Yeah, that was a really good moment.
Oh, good call. Good call. For me, I'd have to say the entire courtroom scene from Ghostbusters 2, every second of that, even before the ghosts show up, just like the pacing and like Lewis was just on fire with everything. The blue thing I got from her. The blue thing. Did we? What else does it say? It's like, do I? Like, do you have anything to say that has a basis on this case? Do I? No, we've helped them out enough already. Just everything about that scene was incredible. And then I love the Scoleri brothers. Those are my favorite ghosts from part 2. So everything from that. Sometimes I'll just jump to that scene. Like, 'cause it's just so fun and so perfect. Afterlife then, I'd say the entire climax scene, the second the OGs show up, I almost fainted and died. Because there was no, there was talk and whatever that they'd be showing up, but I was like, they could have cut it out of the movie in that time. Who knows if they even show up? I heard that maybe they won't. So I want them to show up just one final time, for peace of mind, because we always needed that Ghostbusters 3. We need them together one more time in flight suit, and then they all show up, and then I just died. They're working together again, and then Egon shows up, and then Egon stands next to the other 3 guys, and it's all 4 of them standing next to each other. I never thought I'd see that ever. No. And we got that moment that was so well deserved. The fans had waited 30-some years for that frame. So I almost, and then Egon makes up with his daughter, and I cried, and every part of that is amazing. Anyway, off to Frozen Empire. So there's a lot of good stuff in Frozen Empire. I kind of like the little back and forth low-key fight between Ray and Winston. Yeah. When Winston has to pull him aside and be like, dude, we're too old for this now, Ray. You almost got people hurt. And he's like, whoa. It's Ray wants to keep going, and he's like, I don't care if I die. This is fun. And Winston's like, you gotta grow up, basically. And it's a little back and forth. That was another moment. I was like, that would be cool if we ever got a scene like that. But there it was. Yeah. And Winston's in charge, he's pulling the strings. And it was good to see. Yeah. And then all the climax stuff was good too, because they're all together again and all that good stuff. So.
And it's the one time Winston was wrong.
Oh.
Ray has it right there.
Yeah.
This is what he wants to do. He gets to do it. He's a grown man. He gets to make his own decisions. Back off, Winston.
Yeah, and if he wants to die doing the thing he loves, do it. Yeah, let him do it. Wow, good. Good insights. So that wraps up part 2 of our Ghostbusters part here. So we're going to toss to break again. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about us, about specifically who we are, what our charity group is, what we do, everything. Whatever you want to know. We're going to tell you all about it. And then there's a special video we're going to show you as well that we're very excited about. So, going to toss the break real quick like here. And we will be back in just a minute. Stick around. Joink.